Hello, and welcome back to the Daibase. For this one, we'll be modding this GameBoy Advance SP, starting with a USB kit. Getting a closer look here, some heat tape will help keep other components from being removed by the heat. Add in some flux to help the solder flow better. Now come in and touch these pads up with some fresh solder. Flip it around and do the same to the big solder points here and give them a nice clean with a cotton swab and IPA. Back to the front, we'll start with a hot air. This takes quite a while to heat up, so I'll just skip towards the end. Seeing here if it's melted enough, and yeah, it definitely has. Just needs a bit more on the back, and I was a bit rough here, but we got it off. Give it another clean. Prep it again with some flux since we gotta clean off all the remaining solder. Just run some solder braid over and try to get it as flat as you can. Here we have the star of the show, the USB-C mod, courtesy of FunnyPlaying. Lining it up, it'll stay right about here. And here's where I would show you some soldering footage, if I had some. Sorry. Nothing like losing one of the key parts of the video, but it's mainly just adding solder to the points. So we'll just go on to the final result. As you can see, there's a wire connecting one of the leads because the pad got lifted up, but we made it work. With the charger ready, do we get a charge light? Yes, we do. With our first mod installed, we've got one more to go, as we'll be adding an LED kit too. This here is the kit. It can be a bit tricky to line everything up perfectly, but if you can center it with a hole in the middle, it definitely helps. With that situated, I'll go ahead and grab some tape to put around the board, keeping it nice in place. Getting zoomed in here, we can prep the board with some flux, and afterwards we can tack it down. To help make sure it doesn't move up, I'll use some tweezers to keep it in place as I move the iron away. It should look just about like that. Move on to the next one, and it's a lot of rinse and repeat. Find where the next point is, solder it down, and hold it in place for the solder to solidify. These 2 points can be a bit tricky since they're so close. Just try not to let too much solder flow or else they can breach each other. We have just 2 more points to anchor down and boom! We have the 8 points nice and secure. Just give them a nice clean with some IPA and a cotton swab to round out this portion. While this next part isn't necessary, it does allow the brightness button to control the settings on the new LCD, so we'll do that as well. Prepping the ribbon connector from the LCD kit, get a nice blob on the pad as shown. Now we solder in the included wire. Routing it can be done in many ways, but this is how I ended up maneuvering it. Now it's just bending it into the correct position and soldering it in. Now starting it up, does it work? Yes it does. Now there are quite a few features to go on about, so we'll go ahead and give them a try now. As you can see here, it gives a triad of colors during startup and sets into its normal mode, which is the static pink on each of the buttons. Also, here you can see the IPS screen ranges through a plethora of brightness levels to fit your viewing pleasure. Now with the game out, I'll show you how to access the settings for the LEDs. By holding A and B for about 3 seconds, it'll go on to the average gamer setup. The next setting is no lights at all, but we put the effort in of installing it, so we're gonna use it. Lastly, there's the slow blinking in a cascading rainbow fashion. By holding down the B in select button, you can turn down the brightness of the colors if they're too vivid. In turn, holding the A button will do the opposite. By holding A, B, and select, you can go individually and change the colors of each button. By pressing select or start, you can go right or left to the next button. By holding B or A, you'll cycle through colors till you get the one you desire. You can even go and change each corner of the D-pad if you want, but I'm going to go ahead and put it back to normal for now. And that's the before and after of this modded SP. It was a lot of fun, and I look forward to doing more mods like this down the line.
Suleta, forget.
Thanks for watching. This is DieFixer, shutting down.